Because again, and I'm only talking to the people that say, hey, I want to get better. If you're content where you are, cool, no problem. Sup? How you doing? Welcome back to a moment of clarity with yours truly, Aaron Thomason. I'm super excited you're here, but I want to know that you bring somebody with you because you're sharing and you're telling them how good things have been and how better you're getting because of our time together. All right, we'll talk about more of that later. So here's what I want us to kind of think through. As you're getting ready to go through your week, I want you to think through this. And it has to be the context of, I want to get better. I want to go from good to great. I want to go from better to best, right? So if you want to go from these moments that appear to be progressions in your particular skill set, particular arena, could be in your relationship, it's one thing that you have to consider. Everything that you've done to this moment might have to be reconsidered. What do you mean it might have to be reconsidered? Yeah, to reconsider, that means you might have to say, I was wrong. I was wrong. Wait a minute. Hold on, Aaron. I can't be wrong. And I might have just lost half the group right now. Like, man, this dude is tripping. I can't be wrong. You could be. You could be wrong in your ability to maintain your success or to have greater success, because what got you to this level ain't gonna get you to the next level. Yep, I know my English teacher didn't like that, but it ain't gonna get you there. So you actually have to consider that you might be wrong. That's the first thing I want you to think through. Consider the fact that you actually might not have it all figured out for you to go from where you are to where you want to go. And guess what? By thinking that through, you get an opportunity to open yourself up to possibilities of new information that could lend you or that could be useful to you going to where you ultimately want to go, which is from good to great, better to best. All right. Next thing I want you to think through, because again, and I'm only talking to the people that say, hey, I want to get better. If you're content where you are, cool, no problem. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you believe that you can get better or you want to go to the next level, after you consider the fact that you might be wrong, then I want you to list all of the reasons that you're wrong. Huh? Yeah, because I'm not just going to have you accuse yourself, right? I want you to actually think about it. You might actually be wrong and all the reasons you're wrong. If you're playing, let's say, a sport like basketball, which I played in college, and you like, man, my jump shot's right, it's good. I ain't got no problems, and it ain't going in. Maybe you have to consider the fact that your jump shot is wrong, right? First step. Now, in this same analogy, I want you to think through the fact that all of the reasons it might be off. Oh, it's short. It's too hard. I don't have enough legs. Like, to be able to go diagnose through all those things, to be able to say, I actually might be wrong on this form. Or you're starting to look at, in the same analogy, looking at results over time, and it might be good up front. Maybe you're a salesperson. It's good at the beginning of the year, and then you taper off and you're no good at the end of the year. And you're like, well, I know what I'm doing. I'm making everything happen, right? So then you blame it on the quota. You blame it on things that are unrealistic. You blame it on all those things, as opposed to the fact that you just might have gotten lucky at the beginning of the year. And because you had bad habits, they caught up with you later. If you consider the fact that you might be wrong and then list the reasons why you may be wrong, you give yourself an opportunity to actually get better. Last thing, and I'm sure most of you are not going to see this coming. Third thing I want you to think through is, now I want you to think about the impact and the possibilities of you being right moving forward. Wait a minute, did you just say the first two things, consider I was wrong and then list all the reasons I was wrong? Yes, I did. Now I want you to take that list of wrong, potential wrongness, and now I want you to think about, let's see if I'm right. Who do I impact? What does that path look like? Can I continue to keep moving forward if I stay on the path with the assumptions and the beliefs that I currently have right now? That's what I want you to think through. I want you to think through and then take those two lists up against each other and see, is there a possibility to improve what I'm doing to go from good to great and better to best. You see what I'm saying? That's why I want you to stay. Because if we go underneath the assumptions that what we're doing, there's no reason for us to get better, that's how relationships go bad. That's how businesses go bad. That's how products become extinct. That's how things don't evolve and you no longer see them, because it was an assumption that what got me to this moment will get me to my future. That's not true. But I don't want you just to abandon everything that got you to this moment, because there was a lot of good things that worked. There were a lot of good things that were right. So I don't want you to abandon those. What I want you to do is be objective enough to say, I could be wrong and here's the reasons why. Now here's where I could be right. And let's see where there's an overlap, because that's where creativity, innovation, and sustainability happens. So this week, things that you would normally do, I don't even think about it. Man, I'm good. I got all that. I want you to actually think it through. I could be wrong. And if I was wrong, what are all the reasons I could be wrong? And since these would be all the reasons I could be wrong, let me go and think about all the reasons I'm right, and let's put those lists together and see what we come up with. Because here's the one thing I want you to understand, is that if you can objectively and consistently check in on your thinking to consider you're wrong, but also not make it negative and talk about what got you to the moment to be right, you'll always find a way for quality improvement, to take you to the next level, and to be ahead of where your competition is. Because your competition, I promise you, if they're not having this conversation, if they're not jumping in on a moment of clarity, some of them may assume that they're right, and they'll become extinct while they watch you, while you watching them in your rear view, while they're watching you zoom straight past them. Listen, I'm excited that you dropped by. I'm excited that you stopped by a moment of clarity. Here's what I want you to do. Share it. Hey, somebody that you might think is wrong about what they're doing, hey, don't you take it on. You send them the video. You let me do the talking for you, all right? But I also want you to put in the comments, what are you reconsidering this week that you're trying to improve to go from good to great, better to best? All right? And if we can do that, you'll watch a bunch of us as a community moving forward that will be together, getting better together, because we are humble, we are honest, and we are open to the possibilities of us being wrong, listing those reasons where we could be wrong, and partnering that with the reasons we're right. And you'll watch us be in a future in a place that we have never anticipated. Thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you soon.